Hi, and welcome back to another episode of the Empath Sisters. I'm Shelly,
Hi, it's Bev.
and today we really don't have a specific topic to talk about today. So we just thought
No.
we're just going to do what we normally do before we record.
Yeah.
We usually just sit and talk to each other and catch up and all the things, but we just
Yeah.
thought, we give it a try. We'll
hmm
do that for you guys today. Kind of get a little piece of us and how we prepare, I
What
guess.
happens? This is also what happens before we record every episode, no matter what the topic is. Shelly and I catch up and we talk about all the things and what's been going on in our life or what's going on out in the world or whatever. And then it's like, okay, let's record. And then it's kind of, we set that all aside. And sometimes it's actually our only time that Shelly and I do catch up because we are really busy. And
Mhm.
so we do this whole like catch up thing at the very beginning. And it's usually, honestly, it's the funnest part of it. It's in the
Not
beginning to
that
podcasting,
not that
not
it's
that
not fun doing the podcast,
exactly.
by the way. It's just that we just I don't know.
I
It's
just
something
think it's
about
funny because it's like, it's more funny because we are actually talking about our lives and like what
yeah.
is going on. And sometimes it's just real funny shit, It's just like, oh my gosh, it's just insane. And
Yeah.
uh, sometimes it's just unbelievable the things that are going on. And then it's like, okay, let's talk about something really important and share with our listeners
Yes.
and give them some support in certain areas and topics and things like that. So we love doing
Mhm.
that.
Mhm.
However, Shelly and I are already trying to catch up, and it's like, oh my gosh, we'll just share this with you guys.
Yeah.
Basically, what we do prior to an
To an
episode.
episode. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And
So this is
so
like basically like an episode of hanging out with us and listening into our convo,
yeah,
basically.
exactly. Yeah. And I was just saying to Bev, like, because I was starting to actually tell her what was happening to me this past week. And
Yeah, because
I
it's
was like,
been
let's stop.
crazy.
Let's just
Yeah.
record it.
Let's record it. Yeah, I'll even back up a little bit. I was just explaining to Shelly
Mm,
over the last few weeks have been super intense for me in my personal life. My
yes.
family had endured a loss.
Mhm,
So it was really hard and it's been a lot emotionally and just holding space and
mhm.
all the things.
Yeah.
And as most of you know, I'm sure grief is like all in waves. So it's like you're doing just fine, and then you like think about it, and then you're really sad, and you're doing all the things. And I know I was trying to also hold a lot of space for a lot of our family members as well,
Right.
and
Yeah.
and my kids too, and stuff like that. So it
Yeah.
just had been a lot, and I had also only taken just a little bit of time off, and then it was just working when I could and still trying to hold it all together and just allowing my
Mhm.
husband to have some space as well.
Yeah.
And so yeah, it's been a lot, and I literally have not been sleeping. I feel like I'm to that point where I feel like I'm just like, I don't know, I
Zombie.
feel like I'm
Yeah.
going delusional, right? I'm just like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh. And
Yeah.
I have set boundaries a long time ago, which I know we've talked about this in previous episodes.
Yep.
I have set boundaries to not be bothered. And I just, the last few weeks, nonstop activity in my
Yep.
house, all the things happening. And I just cannot sleep whatsoever. I wake up and I'm just even more tired. So I was just telling Shelly that I went to acupuncture yesterday because haven't been in a few weeks and I was just dying for this appointment. And I was like, okay. So I was telling my acupuncturist, like, I'm not been sleeping. Please help me. I need sleep. I'm losing my mind. And so she was putting all the needles in, and she always puts a point, in my third eye area, right in
Right.
between brows. And she was like, oh my gosh, like it's so puffy there. I've never seen it so puffy on anybody. And like all the years of my practice, I've never seen it so puffy. And I was like, oh yeah, like I feel like so much pressure in my crown. I felt like it was just like gonna explode. It
Yeah.
was that was the feeling anyway. And so I said, well, what's that point exactly? And I'll probably tell you why it's that way. And she said, well, it's your connection to basically their belief is it's the connection to the heavens and down into earth. And so
Yeah.
that's like our connection. And I was like, oh, yeah, well, that makes tons of sense because I feel like there has been so much that's been coming in from the
Right.
heavens that I can't, it's just almost like it's clogged, is what I told her. And she's like, oh, that's a great word for what it looks like. And so then she proceeded to just put other needles in and around my scalp. And she placed one like a little Houdini, right into the left side of my head. And
Oh,
it immediately felt like a knife stabbing me and this like electricity just shooting through my brain. It was so crazy. It was the craziest experience I ever had, but it was so amazing. So,
oh, I honestly, I could not. I have done acupuncture myself too, but I am just not a fan. It's something that is not for me.
mhm.
And, I'm so glad that you can take, that acupuncture for yourself and like as a release for yourself too, right? So
Yeah.
it's a good thing that find all these ailments that you can do and go and all, to feel better, right? Or,
Oh, yeah.
help with your self-care for sure. And
I couldn't live without acupuncture, honestly. It is the best thing for me, honestly. It just
yeah.
helps to regulate my energy and remove some blockages in just a totally different way. And I love it
Oh, for
so much.
sure.
So,
Yeah. And
so for
I
like the 15 minutes after she jabbed my head and all this electricity was going through my brain, that's what it felt like. I was telling Shelly, I just started to see all these things, all these things laying on the table. I was like, whoa. It was incredible. It was almost like I was seeing codes and keys and oh my gosh, I don't know. There was just so much activity. I was like, wow, this is amazing. It was like a whole movie that was playing for me. And then like 15 minutes into my session after that, then I just like totally conked out and was like, peace and out of here. See ya. So it was so lovely.
which is good because
Yes.
that's what you were asking for, right? Like you were asking for
Oh yeah.
some rest and, even though it was like, what, maybe 30 minutes,
It was
but
short. And then I had to
yeah.
go to work after that. But I was like, no, just leave me here. She's like, I could lock you in here. And I was like, I would love that actually, but I
Yeah,
have to go to work. I have clients that will be waiting for me. So it's
exactly.
not going to
Yeah.
work. But yeah, it's been crazy with this, the moons, the
Yeah.
eclipses, the
Yeah.
retrogrades. I'm like,
Yeah.
it's so much.
Oh,
And Halloween was like, okay, I was hitting my mark. November 1, I woke up and I was like, yes, November 1, I was so happy. And I was just like, we're getting close to the end of the year. Like, I am so done and over
yeah.
2022. I don't
Yeah.
know about anybody else. I'm done and over it. I'm just like, let's get there. So I'm
Well,
super stoked because October felt like a dragging month. It felt like
it
January.
did. It did.
It was
Yeah.
just like, oh my gosh. It
Yes.
feels like I had 6 months within October.
Mhm.
It felt
No, I
like it
agree.
dragged.
It did
Yeah.
feel like it dragged and, like, like even what Bev's just saying, like, for me, like, Halloween was like and we've talked about this before where, we're not big fans of Halloween and what have you,
Yeah.
but at the same time, like, this Halloween felt
Hmm.
different. Like, it was really different this year for me personally. It
Again.
didn't, really, like, affect me,
Hmm.
too badly like normally it does. Um, and I was really like really in a good mood and it was just fun to see all the kids. Like we didn't have very many kids, but still, it was a good night.
Yeah.
But
I
like
saw
I was
there.
going to say to Bev before we started to decide to record was that I woke up on November 1st in the morning. I don't even know how to
Hmm.
explain it. I had such severe back pain that I couldn't even really get out of bed. Like, it was
Oh
so
gosh.
bad, and I was like, "What the hell did I do?" Like, I honestly felt like so, for example, like, I don't know if a lot of you, who are listening watch hockey or anything, but this is the only way I can explain it. It felt like somebody cross-checked me, like, with their stick in the
Across
back.
the back.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it
Middle of
was
your back or like low back?
like, just underneath the middle back, like, it was in
Okay.
between, and
Mhm.
I was like, "What the hell happened?" I was in so much pain,
Yikes.
and, I had to work that day, and, so to be honest, I honestly thought that I was picking up from the client that I was going to, you know,
I'll go work
work
on.
on,
Yeah.
and so when I went to work and I was working with the client does tell me, certain
Mhm.
things, that had happened to her, and I thought, "Wow, okay, like, maybe it is her," like, maybe I
Right.
am picking up from her and we'll just, do the session and, I'll release it and I'll be good, you
Yeah.
know?
And it will go away.
Yeah, I honestly yeah, so I'm working on the client and, we do because we were just doing a Reiki session and we're finished and she leaves and I do my whole thing about releasing and what have you, and, um, I can't remember exactly what I did after that, but anyway, I just remember the pain still being there, and I'm thinking, "Geez, like, what
Oh
is
gosh.
it?" So, I remember coming home and just kinda, like, pushing it away, pushing it off, whatever, thinking, like, maybe I'm just still, you know, attached. So, I
Yeah.
did
Yeah.
another, cleanse. I actually went for a shower too and all the things, and no, it was still there. And I was
Yikes.
up so much, and that was the first, and so then the second, I still had it, and I thought, "Geez, okay, this is not, obviously with the client, it is something to do with me,"
Mhm.
and, I finally just broke down and went to chiro, and when I went to my chiro appointment and I was explaining it to the doctor,
Mhm.
she was like, "I was the 3rd person that said the exact same thing that happened to her other patients, that they had
Mm.
woke up on November 1st with severe back pain."
Yeah.
And she thought it was so odd, and I was like, "Oh my god." I'm like, "Really?" So,
It's like a
yeah.
collective thing that's going
Yeah.
on.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly, and so she did her adjustments on me and what have you, and to be honest, like, I am so glad, like what you said, like, when you went to go, for acupuncture for myself, oh my
Mhm.
lord, like, not instantly, but I had some relief for
Yeah.
sure right away. And then during the whole day, I was actually feeling a lot better. And then
Oh,
now, like,
good.
I'm actually fine. And she told me that if
Back to
I,
normal.
yeah, so because she said, if I didn't feel fine in the next couple days, she would readjust me again, just to help.
Okay.
Because she even checked my ribs and just wanted to make sure, like, not a rib was popped out or, whatever,
Mhm.
but nothing. And so right now, I'm actually doing very well. But so in my
Oh,
mind,
good.
I'm thinking that it definitely was something to do with, the collective and all the changes and what you're
Yeah.
saying, like all the retrogrades and all the things, right? And it's just like,
Yeah.
oh my God, like it is so powerful. I didn't realize how much it would affect me.
Mhm.
Oh,
It's a lot. It's a lot. I feel like
so much.
that's why I'm so done with this year.
Yeah,
'Cause I know for me, it has felt like that, just even just working in general,
yeah,
but then
yeah,
everything else that's been happening collectively, has been so much. This year has been just a lot, just
yeah,
physically and collectively. There's been so much that has been going on. We are definitely, I feel like, going through such a purge. And that's
yeah.
what it feels like. It feels like the
Mhm.
energy just comes in, it pushes against the physical coming in. It's really hard. And then kind of like purging out the old density to allow
Yeah,
like that new higher vibration to come through in the body. But it's really hard on the physical
yeah.
every time that we are shifting. Like it's easy for that energy and that vibration to come flowing in. But
Mhm.
when we have a physical body and we're dense like that,
Right. Yeah.
it's really hard. And so it's hard for the physical to integrate that vibration into the body. So it's just,
Mhm.
And this is
Yeah.
why I do a lot of self-care every single month
Right.
of acupuncture, chiro, myofascial, stuff like that, because it's like I just need to support my physical, because it does need sometimes support um to allow those shifts to happen within the physical.
Right. Yeah,
So
exactly. And that's one area like I'm still working on. Like I'm still pretty bad about doing self-care to for myself. Like, like
don't say pretty bad. I hate
well,
when
okay, I
people
won't
say,
say pretty
I'm
bad.
so bad at that. I'm terrible at
I
meditation. I'm like, can you just say you're working on it? I'm working at getting
I
better
guess
with
so.
this.
Yeah,
Be nice to yourself.
okay, I'm working on that.
Yeah, that's better.
But at least I do Cairo every, at least once a month, if
Yeah,
not every 3 weeks. But
yeah.
um, I have been lacking, or I don't even know what word you want me to use, but like
Hmm.
I have been, I'll say slacking instead of lacking. Slacking. I have
Better
been
word. I was
slacking.
gonna say sluggish,
Yeah,
but it works.
I've been slacking on doing my, because I used to have a routine. I'd get up in the morning and I
Yeah.
would do a little bit of yoga in the morning and I would do, meditation or
Yeah.
whatever, all those things.
Hmm.
I haven't done that in probably this whole year for sure.
I know. And this is the time I need it the most, because I feel like I've
Right?
been in a friggin' whirlwind and I'm just like, ah.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
I just need to get back to the ground and just
Right?
do the routine, because I
Yeah.
know that I need it. At least I have my self-care appointments, and even through
Mhm.
being at the hospital a lot and all that stuff, I was still
Yeah.
like, hey, checking out, got Cairo, see ya, I'll be back.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
just I knew I had to continue to take care of my body while I was going through that. But I know
Right.
in just these last 2, 3 weeks, I was like, oh, hadn't done anything. So I did some
No.
stretching actually today on the floor for about an hour, which was magical.
Yeah.
It was very painful, but it was magical because I just have so much stuff stored in the body that I have to
Yeah.
move.
Well, and actually the full moon is on Tuesday
Tuesday.
and
I know.
it is called a beaver moon, I found out. And it is
That's
the
like my name.
I know, right?
Beverly, I think it's terrible, but I don't like my name. But anyway, Beverly, I think is like beaver something. I don't know. It's
Is
like,
it really? I'll have to look
yeah.
that up. No, I never knew that.
So
I don't even like my name either, so just so you know. But
yeah,
but I
well,
did find out that it is the beaver moon and that this is the moon where you are. It is like the time of releasing and stuff like that. So maybe that's part of it too, like where,
it's the
you
big
know,
purge.
yeah, exactly.
See,
Yeah,
feeling it anyway. Didn't even know that was
exactly.
going to happen, but I'm super
Mhm.
excited for the full moon, because I feel like that's going to be a real good one as we get closer to the end of the year. But I feel like
Yeah.
I'm in another shift. I feel like that's what this whole year's been I've been working through.
Hmm.
Um, and I'm sure we've shared it on other episodes of
I think we have, yeah.
stuff that I have been going through physically and metaphysically.
Hmm.
And that's literally what this year feels like, is big, big purge. It's
Well,
just,
and it's funny
yeah.
because I remember when we got together to get like when we were together the last month,
Hmm.
you had said this is your, did you say it was your 9 or 10
It's my
year
10, so my
10 year
one.
year cycle thing? And
Yeah.
I I would have to admit, like I was a little nervous when you said that because I was like, because that was the year like a lot
Hmm.
happened in our that year, like in
Yeah.
2012, and this is 2022.
Yeah.
And so it made me think, to be honest, like I was thinking, oh my God, please no. I really put it out there where I was like, please no, I don't want anything else to happen to me.
I had a feeling you were thinking that when you were here,
Yep.
when I was telling you this, and I went,
Yeah.
oh, it just entered her head. She was like, that was the year I had my collapse. So
Yeah.
nothing but a repeat this year for me. If she's saying that, that was my feeling. And I was like, no, 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 just pie stuff.
I know. I know, but it really did like
Enter. You're muted. You somehow
Oh,
were
I'm sorry.
muted.
I don't know
That's
what
okay.
happened there. I was gonna say was that, yeah, like it did. It entered my mind because that year was a heavy year for all of us. And
Mhm.
sorry, I'm just
Sure
gonna clear my
was.
throat.
Sure.
Okay, and yeah, it was such a very heavy year, and you know, a lot happened that year. A we dealt with a loss that year and,
Mhm.
all the
Did.
things, and
I bought a
so
house
yeah,
and
like, so I was like,
yeah,
"Oh
it's
my
just
god." So when you said
crazy.
that it was your year again, like this is the year 10 again, and
Mhm.
just thinking about all the stuff that has already happened in this year for even just you, that
Yeah.
it was just like, it really went, "Whoa." Like,
Yeah. But you
okay,
have to
like
remember, like, that's my cycle year. That's what I went through. It didn't doesn't mean that it's your cycle year of what you're
no,
going
I
through,
yeah,
right?
no, I know,
Which is
but
just
it
want to
just
put I
totally
know.
like
That's just you though. It's like enter
Mhm.
no, I don't want that, right?
No, but it did make me think about, like, what year mine was, right? And
Yeah.
so I think that when I calculated it, I think it was a year 6 for me,
Mm,
and that was my last year.
yeah.
So, but I got thinking about, like, last year, and to be honest,
You don't remember it?
not really.
Yeah.
I mean, I do, but I don't, of course, like, nothing really stands out.
Well,
Um,
2021 was fast. We were
yeah,
spinning. The
it
world was
was.
spinning so
Mhm.
fast. I felt like I was on a merry-go-round. Like I was
Yeah,
just like, I felt like I could not just like if it stopped,
yeah,
I thought, oh gosh, we're in trouble because it
right?
felt like it was so fast. But I knew that it had to go fast. That's what I got last year. I was like, this year has to go fast because there was so much
Yeah.
that was coming out,
Mhm.
like the aftermath, right after we
Yeah,
had gone through 2020.
right.
And
I
so it
know.
was like, okay. And I think it was just so much that it needed to move fast because I think if it went slow, it would have been way worse for everyone
Oh, for sure. Absolutely, and I think
collectively.
yeah,
and
definitely.
and then as last year, the end of last year, I felt like going through this shift. So
Mhm.
it was like if you think about like a record player and it's like sped up real fast, I'm like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
right. And that's what 2021 felt like for me.
Right.
And then it was like click, click, click. We move it down. And then all of a sudden it was like,
Yeah.
ooh. Then I felt like, oh my God, we are going so slow. Like I was just like, hurry up. Because I knew that this was like my year one again. I was hitting that cycle and
Right.
I was like, it's going to be a great year. La la la. And I really remember that of feeling that way prior to 2012. Um,
Mhm.
and but it was slow like a sloth. And then it started to pick up a little bit of momentum. And I feel like that's
Right.
just kind of what we've been riding is this like wave. And then looking back 10 years ago, I remember saying to you guys, even like we all felt this way. We all felt like 2012 was
Yep.
going to be our year. That's
Yep.
we all said it. We were like, oh
Yep.
yeah, we were so excited. We were leaving
Mhm.
2011 and we were like 2012 is going to be a great year and we were all stoked and pumped. And then it was just like, what? The WTF.
Oh, it definitely slammed us
Basically.
right away.
I was like, I don't ever want to go through that year ever again. But you know,
Yeah.
but I know I ended
So
off 2012 a good way. My husband and I got married.
right.
And so it was just like, yeah, we got married on New Year's Eve, and it's like, let's just end the year with something really positive because it's been a wild ride. So,
Yeah.
and I just remember that like a couple days ago, and I was thinking, oh my gosh, I remember that exact feeling at the end
Yeah.
of last year. I was like, yeah, 2022 is going to be a great year. I was so done with 2021 because it
Mhm.
was
That's true.
heavy. It
Yep.
was so
Yep.
busy and oh,
Yeah.
crazy.
No,
But
I remember that conversation. I'm sure we even had it on a podcast and how
yeah,
excited we were looking forward to
oh,
2022. So I guess what I was going to say was that so do you actually feel like for me personally,
mhm,
2022 so far, like for me,
yeah,
flew by like just almost as fast as 2021 for me.
Yeah.
But I also have been busy this whole year,
Mhm.
where last year I don't remember if we were, you know what I mean? Like we were busy,
Mhm.
yes, because we were in a move and all the, things changed for me
Yeah,
last
lots
year.
of change.
Um, and lots of change happened for me this year, but in different ways.
Totally.
But I also felt like this year went really fast. So do you feel that you feel this year did not go fast for you?
I
You're
think that
thinking about it.
I'm trying to think about how it makes me feel and like
Right.
how to explain the feeling that I have, like to interpret that feeling, I guess is what I'm
Yeah,
looking for. I felt like 2021 was my world was consumed by my clients.
that's right. Yeah.
2021 was for my clients. I felt like I was just holding space and I
Yeah.
heard all the stuff last year and that was I felt like I took a beating. And that's
Yeah.
why I felt like I looked forward to 2022 because I was like, okay,
You're on
maybe,
that,
and I,
like the
yeah,
end
like
or
on the
something.
end of
Like,
it. And I
yeah.
could feel even on the full moon at the end of December last year, I was like, oh my gosh. And then it was like, boom, when we moved into that new year,
Hmm.
collectively we shifted
Oh, for sure. I
and it
felt
was
that.
awesome. And I was like,
Yeah.
yes, change is coming. And that was the huge shift that I felt.
Yeah.
But then it felt like it was going really slow and dragging on. But I also had, for me, I do know that I have been so busy for many years. And
Yes.
I know that this year was my resting year.
Hmm.
So that's the feeling that I have. I feel like I haven't been, like, I feel like I hardly worked this year because I've been doing, it's been so much of a personal year.
Right.
And so for me, I just feel like, okay, Bev needs rest. Like
Hmm.
this is my resting year. There's personal stuff that's just, this is what's going on for me. So that's why it feels slower because it's not fast like when I'm in my work.
Right. Yeah.
That
Okay.
that's the difference for me. And I just feel like that's why I'm done with this year because I'm just
Yeah.
like, okay, but I've needed the rest. And so I'm
Yeah.
just gonna take it. And I
Well, and
do foresee it getting busier and kind of going up again. So, and that's what I heard even just the other day. It was this, I needed this year.
hmm.
So, and just
Yeah.
if I were as busy as I was before, not that I'm not busy, I'm still busy,
Oh, yeah.
but not like I was last year.
Right.
Um, I honestly, I don't even know where I would be right now,
Yeah.
just with everything going on. So it all
Exactly.
works out,
Yeah.
I think how it's supposed to, right?
Yeah.
Divinely.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just tired. I feel I'm
Hmm.
tired. I feel burnt out and I've learned a lot this year and been through a lot and um it's been beautiful. It's not that it's been a horrible year, but
No.
it's yeah, it's been an experience of
Hmm.
growth for sure. So,
Hmm.
and rest. So which is good. So I feel
Which is
like
good.
this
Yeah.
year is
Because
the
I know
death
we've,
and birth.
yeah. And we've
I
talked
feel
about
that's what I'm
that.
going through. Yeah.
Yeah. And we've talked about that before, even like not just on this podcast, like I mean,
Mm-hmm.
personally, you and I, and,
Yeah.
you know, we've, I've even told you, like many times when you have gone through, sick, or
Mm-hmm.
whatever, your team has always been saying like it is, you need rest, you need this.
Slow down, rest.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
and I just, my heart is a gift and a curse too. I just want to do all the time and I just
Mhm.
I can't all the time. I have to also do and also give for myself too.
That's
So
right.
that's
Yeah.
been the biggest learning. And I've been spiritually slapped so many times. It's like,
Hmm.
when will you ever learn, Bev? Smarten up. So I
Yeah.
have to say, I've been learning, and
Yeah.
it's definitely getting better. So I'm just going to take the rest of this year. Like I've already, I'm scheduled up to, halfway through December. So I'm just going to
Mhm.
kind of take some time off and
Yeah.
have me time and family time. And then I'll be ready for a whole new year. And I'm not even going to set any intention. It's just going to be like,
Yep.
okay, let's see what happens.
Exactly. Yeah.
We'll see what other
Exactly.
forecasting comes up. But yeah, it's going to be great. And I actually got like a really awesome download the other day. I was working with a client, and then all of a sudden, this amazing download came in for something
Hmm.
that I'm supposed to put out starting in the new year for the
Hmm.
whole year. And I was like, because because I've been working on, I was feeling really guided, to
Yeah.
create. So like I teach my intro course, I teach an intermediate.
Right.
And I had been working on some other course stuff that's been downloaded to me, but I had been working also on like I didn't even know what it was. I would have to say, if I had to call it something right now, I would say it was more like an advanced
Okay.
kind of level of stuff. And
Okay.
and so I was like, oh my gosh, all this information had been coming through. And I was like, I don't even know how, how can I even do another course? Like
Right.
I'm busy enough that I don't have the time to schedule in to fit another course in when I
Right.
want to teach my other courses that I have
Yeah.
demand for as well. So I'm just like, ah. So it's been, I have it and it's been sitting there, but I just didn't, yeah, it was really like, that was my question. And I kind of put it out there and just left it. And
Yeah.
I have left it for quite a while because, as you know, I've been really busy in my personal
Yes.
life.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, then all of a sudden it just like, ding, it all just came through. And I was like, ah, thank you. Like, there's the answer that I have been waiting for. So I'm
Hmm.
super excited to kind of put it all together and then share it for the new year. But I feel like I'll probably announce it in December just to kind of like
Prepare.
prepare for the new year. So I'm super
Hmm.
excited for that to come through.
Nice.
So that was really positive. Some
That's
really
good.
good was coming out of that.
That's good.
So,
I don't, I know you have said like you haven't been sleeping and you've been, you know, getting all these
oh man.
yeah, like but yeah, oh man. I have been the same thing.
Yeah.
Uh I mean, as you know, I dream every night and so do you and
Yeah.
we do the things, but seriously, the last couple days have been like I I don't know if you
Might
can
have
hear it,
been
but
my
like honestly, energetically, it has been like the weirdest. I can't even explain it. It's like another level. Like,
yeah. Well, I'll tell you, our loved ones on the other side um are really close.
yeah,
They are really close to all of us right now. The veil is really thin. And they are around and
yeah,
I I don't know. I don't want to freak people out. It's not to freak people out. Anything I share on here, I'm just going to do this disclosure. Anything I share on here is not to scare you guys. It's
no,
basically just to give you information to, I don't know, educate you, have an awareness,
right.
however you want to look at that. This is not, I never intend to scare anybody.
No,
Um, but they know stuff's going on. They know
yeah,
stuff's going on. There's stuff that's going on in the world. People are feeling the feels. There's things. I think people who are. I feel we're in the second wave of awakening. There are
yeah,
people who are waking up for the second time of going, oh my gosh, like whoa. Who I feel like are the ones that maybe were resistant to like move forward because I
right.
felt a lot of people were still like, let's go back to 2019. And it's like,
Yeah.
we
Hmm.
can't, we have to move forward. So there was like a lot of resistance there, I felt. And I just feel that there's lots of this, second wave of people waking up. And
Yeah.
there's going to be another, I feel like next year is going to be another year like that of the awakening.
Yeah.
And I just know that the veil is thin and they know what's going on. And they're, I think, concerned for all of us to
Hmm.
just be there in support and kind of be like our silent little army, and just giving us the support that we need. And so the activity has been crazy. My visions and information that I have been getting has been so intense that I'm just like, okay, no more. Like that's what I've been saying too, is just
Yeah.
like no more. I don't want to see anymore. I don't want to know any more stuff. Please don't show me
Yeah.
because it's too much.
Yeah.
And the activity that I've been having in my house is
Yeah. Well,
crazy.
I always have activity in my house. So
Oh, I know. Shelly's got like a portal in her house and she just has all of the activity. And I'm like, I just can't live like that. I
honest
can't.
to God.
If I go to
So
Shelly's house, I'm just like, yo, my angel team. I'm like, come all around this room I'm staying in. I want you to make it like a padded room. Like, I don't want to hear anything, feel anything. I need sleep because I'm the one that's doing all the driving when I
Yeah.
travel.
Mhm.
Um, so I'm just like, just give me space because Shelly's house is like the
Yeah,
mall.
it is. Yeah, no, it really is. And yeah, maybe this is for another conversation, but honestly, remember that app that we downloaded, the sleep monitor app?
Yeah. I told Shelly about this sleep app. I don't know, sleep app. I don't know what it like records your sleep,
Yeah.
like how much you
So,
sleep, how deep you sleep, like if you talk in your sleep,
yeah.
like all the things.
And so I downloaded this app. So I downloaded it and I started recording it this last like 3 nights. And
Okay.
first of all, my husband snores a lot, and we were laughing about that.
Yeah.
And
Well, that's part
but
of why you download it because you were like, I'm gonna show him that he
yes,
snores
because
because
he's
he,
like he knows he snores, but he always says, maybe it's you, right?
yeah, of course.
But and he still says that even by listening to it. But I go, really? I don't snore like that. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, okay,
come
I may
on.
snore, but not like that. But what I was gonna say was
Yeah.
it's not just that I download like I mean I downloaded for that too, like it was to prove that, my husband does snore and whatever.
Your snore, yes.
But I honestly like I was kind of curious to
Yeah.
see or hear, I guess, not see, hear if there might be some
Activity
activity.
while
And
you're sleeping.
yeah, while I'm sleeping. And honestly, there has been definitely noises.
Mhm.
Because even one night, my husband was like, "What was that?"
Let me
So
let me check the recording, I'll tell you.
yeah, and so what I hear a lot, and it even happens not just in our bedroom, it is in the house and in the basement for the most part. Um,
Definitely her basement. I'm
yeah.
telling y'all.
Yeah, but what I will hear, and so will my husband, because he'll be like, "What is that?" But it's almost like somebody's knocking on our windows
Mm.
and like doing the like little like
Tap, tap, tap.
yeah, like the little tap.
Mhm.
Um, and so there are some noises of that on the recording. And so I'm just like, okay, so
Do you feel
I'm
slightly creeped out when you listen to the recording to see what you're gonna hear? Like, do you feel
okay.
like anxiety kind of starts to come
Yes,
up? Like,
I did. I was
yeah,
just gonna
figure.
say, there was this one part where I was trying to listen to this one part of the recording, but it was
Yeah.
doing snoring, and it scared me because at first I was like, "Oh my god, is that a demon?" Like,
We're still waiting. So sorry,
but
honey. Some
seriously, all I
demon.
heard was like, because I had the phone to my ear, I wasn't
Oh
even like
yeah,
looking at it. I was just like, "Oh, I'll just
listening.
listen to it," because I didn't want anybody else to hear. So I'm like, "What if it's like
Oh
my
my
ear?" And all I heard
gosh,
was,
the snore. Oh my goodness.
sorry for everybody out there if it was too loud. But
No,
seriously, oh my God, it freaked me out at first. And I was like, oh, wait a minute, that's doing snoring.
snoring. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna just look at what the app is called again in case anyone else. Oh, sleep monitor.
Yeah, sleep monitor. Yeah.
That's the app if anyone wants to give it a
Hmm.
whirl.
Yeah.
I have not listened. I just look at the chart and be like, oh, look, I'm definitely not sleeping. And that's it.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I'm not going to listen.
Well, and what I was going to say was there has been a few moments of recording at certain times. So, like, I noticed there.
I like how you say that certain
I
times.
will say because there's just a couple times where it's like 3:33,
Yeah.
AM or
Yeah.
like,
Specific times.
yeah. So, and it's, I always say this every time. We always say it. It's funny, but it's not
Yeah.
funny. But like
I
at the same
know.
time, it's like,
Totally.
it's so amazing because it's that are the witching hours, right? So
Yeah.
like 3 to 4, sometimes some people say 2 o'clock, depending on
Let's
you,
go.
I
The veil is
guess.
thinner at that time. Witching
Yeah.
hour, that sounds like,
Okay. We'll go.
I don't know. I don't wanna freak anybody out.
I
But
guess.
the veil is thinner at that
Yes.
point.
Yeah.
Between those hours, I don't
Yeah.
know why it's like that,
I don't
actually.
either, but
Um,
for some reason it is.
it is.
And so a lot of times, there are a lot of things that are happening. And so, yeah, I was curious. So I recorded
Maybe I
three
should
times this
try
week,
it.
but okay, so I recorded the first 2 nights and I, showed my husband what it sounded like and all that. And he goes, "Okay, this is creepy. I really don't want to be recorded anymore." And I was like, "Okay, I won't." But
But you have been. Oh
yeah,
my God.
because I'm like, I want to hear. I want to see if
Mhm.
we catch anything.
Yeah,
Um, I mean, maybe we will and maybe we won't. So stay
yeah,
tuned, people. I will maybe have something. But
yeah. It's
yes, I do
awesome.
have a lot of activity in my home. Um, yeah, lots. My light goes on a lot.
Well, for
Oh,
me, it's like, so in my bedroom,
mm-hmm.
so I call it, I have a Zen room,
Right.
and
Yeah.
that's what I call it. I don't know how much Zenning happens in here, but it's my room. Anyway, and
Yeah.
so it's beside my bedroom. And so it's kind of like an L shape from my bedroom door to my Zen room door. And
Mm-hmm.
so the one night I had my bedroom door open for the animals to kind of come in and out or whatever. And I got woken up in the middle of the night and I looked at my phone to think, well, how early? Maybe it's just like 6 o'clock in the morning or whatever.
Right.
And I look 3 o'clock and I'm like, okay. So then I was like, well, I might as well just go to the washroom. So I get up and I start walking past kind of like my little hall to go to my bathroom.
Yeah.
And I don't know, just like something made me turn my head and look out into the hallway. And
Yeah.
I look at my Zen room door, and I keep my door closed because I have plants in my Zen room. And so my cat loves to usually dig
Yes.
in there. So I keep the door closed like all of the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I just looked over and the door was open, like probably 5, 6 inches. And I was like, I even went, no.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't even go over there and close it. I was like, not right now.
I
Not
know.
doing
There.
this. No. And then I have we've been downstairs. Oh my gosh, I have a picture I should show you. It's so crazy. We should post it too.
Okay.
But so then in my Zen room, I've just like nobody's been home. I come home after work
Mm-hmm.
and I open the door. The light has been on the whole time.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, well, I don't even turn the light on. So
Yeah.
because I have my blinds, I love the
Right.
sunlight.
Yeah. Yeah.
My closet doors will be open. Then I hear thumping. It's and even Carson, my son, had texted me and
Mm-hmm.
he sleeps in the basement. He was like, text me at 1:30 in the morning and he was like, why are you stomping up there? You scared the crap out of me. It was so scary. And I was like, it was not me. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. It wasn't me that was scaring you. So
Mm-hmm.
then the other day I was home during the day and I what did I do? Oh, I went to the gym first thing in the morning
Mm-hmm.
and then I came home and I was like, I'm gonna take the dog for a walk and then I'll like clean up and then have a shower or whatever. So I that was Halloween. Yeah, that was Monday.
Oh,
So anyway, yeah, it was Halloween. So then I go for my walk with the dog and I come home and nobody's home.
right.
And I come into the kitchen and I I'm like, I hear this thump thump upstairs. And I went,
Mm-hmm.
oh, it's probably the cat.
Yeah.
But I'm in my kitchen and I look straight and the cat's sleeping on her tower. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, okay. And then I notice, I'm like, what the hell? So like this, and you can see my cat is in the background sleeping,
Yeah.
but my flowers that I had on the table are just sitting on the edge to fall over. And all
Oh,
my
yeah.
crystals
Yeah.
are placed all around it. So
Yeah.
it was just the weirdest thing. Can you see that?
Yeah. Yeah.
And there was even a
Isn't your
crystal.
flower thing? It's always on that wooden thing.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's pushed right on the edge.
Yeah.
It's just about to fall over.
Yeah.
And then there's a crystal even underneath of it holding it up. And
Yeah.
then there's crystals placed all around it. And I went, what the hell? I was like, okay, nothing has been happening. I hear stomping upstairs
Mm-hmm.
so much. It's just
Yeah,
crazy. It's one
I
thing after
know.
another after another. I'm just like, okay, I
I'm
just
used
want
to
to go
it.
to sleep.
Yeah.
I know. I don't typically have lots of activity, which it could be,
Well,
loved
you
ones,
used
and I
to.
get that,
You
but
used to
well, that's
years
what I mean.
ago.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I've been have really good boundaries, and I'm like,
Yeah. Yeah.
nobody's respecting my boundaries
No.
right now, which is fine.
I
It
know.
is what it is. I'm not creeped out by it. I'm just like,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
when there's activity, that's energy, and the energy is like, I'm just tired. I'm
Yeah, I
just like, I
know.
don't want
Yeah.
to do this. But
Yeah.
anyway,
Yeah. No, I
it's what it
totally get
is.
it. And yeah, I have to agree. I feel like it is a lot thinner and thinner, but at the same time, like I don't know. I don't know. I just know like the last couple days, like I said, it had mentioned earlier about even just with my dreams, they have been very another level. Like, and it's not with just loved ones or spirits or whatever, but
Mhm.
it's like, and again, like Bev even says, like not trying to scare anybody or anything
Mhm.
like that, but for
No.
me, it's been like another, like it's almost like another world, another dimension is what I mean.
Mhm.
And there's like things that they're showing me, or they'll be like, oh, and there's this like script or word, and they'll say it to me, and I go, I already know that. And I don't
Mhm.
even know it. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like,
Yep.
yeah. So it's been a lot lately, but
Yeah.
I'm hoping after this full moon, or even this year, like Bev said, everything just kind of shifts a little bit and it's not as
Yeah. Like,
powerful. I
I
don't
would really,
know.
I'm gonna put it out there. I'd really like to experience a normal year.
Yeah.
Like, what would a normal year feel like? I
What
don't know
is
what
a
normal
normal year?
is.
I was
I
just going to
know,
say, what is a normal year though?
but every year is like, it's a lot of work. It's working years. That's what I feel
Hmm.
like. I feel like, I mean, yes, I'm a Capricorn.
Yeah.
So, I mean, work is just my nature anyway.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um, but I don't know. Maybe everything could just be calm, but I don't think so. I really don't feel it anyway. I'm just like, what you talking about? Like I felt like I just got
What you
slapped.
talking
Like
about, Willis?
so silly. That's so funny. Yeah, right.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I felt like that one just got slapped right out of my. Yeah, okay. Guess that's not happening because that totally didn't even feel like me. It's like,
No.
oh, that was
Yeah.
weird.
What did you say? Yeah.
Okay, so anyway,
Yeah.
not to scare you,
Anyway.
but it's gonna be like probably it's gonna be another year, people.
Yeah. So,
We'll make our predictions in our last episode.
yeah. Yeah. We could do that.
I'll do some channeling and I'll see what comes through and we'll share it on our last episode of the
Yeah. That
season.
sounds good.
So,
Yeah. And on
but
that
yeah,
note,
yeah. So yes,
yeah.
this was our conversation. It's been so lovely to catch up with you, sis, and to
Yeah. You too.
share our convo with all of you.
Absolutely.
And
Yeah.
I wonder if all of you've been feeling that way too.
Yeah.
Drop us a comment.
For
I'm so
sure.
curious, or ask a question.
Or like share, whatever.
Yeah.
We love it. We love seeing other perspectives or other things that you've been going through or whatever. It's,
Or if it
yes, it's
just
great to listen
speaks
to
to
us,
you.
but yeah.
Yeah. Like, is this an alignment for you too? Have you been feeling this way? Has
Yeah.
it been just as wild
Yeah.
for you as it has been for us?
Right.
Curious.
Very
Yes. Drop
curious.
us a note. So, yeah,
Yeah. Please
been
do. And
awesome.
it'd be lovely to
We're
hear from
getting
all of
so
you.
excited for our new season.
Yes.
There's going to be a lot of really good things coming up. I am looking forward to the new year.
Mhm.
It's always like refreshing, right? Everybody's like, "Oh, fresh start, new year." I'm super excited for what's to come as well, and yeah, it's going to be good.
Yeah,
Can't wait
it
to
will
share it all
be.
with you.
Yeah. No, for
Yay!
sure. So,
Yeah, so thank you everybody so much for tuning in with us,
yes.
and we appreciate all of you,
Yes, we
and
do.
we really do. And we'd love to hear from you. So reach out if you'd like.
Mhm.
But yes, thank you all for listening. And thank you all for tuning in with another episode of the Empath Sisters. And we are sending you love, light, and gratitude wherever this may find you all.
Yes, sending lots of love and light.
Yeah, take care,
Take
everybody.
care, everyone.